How's it going? See where a good setup is. Hi everybody. I don't expect as many people as usual. Grace Thorpe is live right now, and everybody's in her live stream. How's everybody? Did you miss me? Did you miss me, guys? What's up? How are you? Sojourned 090191, what's up? Nice to see you. Yeah, I decided to go live, I guess, the same time Grace Thorpe is going live. She has like 90 people in her chat. We maybe can talk about her at the end. Oh, you missed me? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I missed you guys. I got uploaded to the cloud. I got uploaded and now I'm back. Sammy's not as much as Peyton. I don't like you as much as Peyton. I like you just as much as Peyton. But missed you. Yeah. So I saw Grace's already has memberships. I've had the ability to do memberships for a while on my channel, but I haven't activated it. I don't know if people would want to do memberships. Yeah, so I got uploaded into the cloud. I'm pretty religious about turning my phone off at nighttime when I go to bed. And a few nights ago, before we went into the petrified forest, at the truck stop. Yeah, I was at the truck stop. I know I turned my phone off, but it somehow maybe turned back on, or I don't know. But when in the morning, it had uploaded all my apps to the cloud. And every once in a while, when my phone's hooked up to Wi-Fi or something, you can do that. But my phone was already full, like it was full of photos, and so it uploaded my YouTube app, and it uploaded my editing app, it uploaded all my email up to the cloud. And then I didn't have Wi-Fi, I just had like 1 or 2 bars of antenna, so I couldn't use my app store to re-download the app to my phone. So I didn't have my YouTube, all I had was my Safari app, my internet browser app, and I was using YouTube through Safari. I was watching YouTube on my internet browser, which was really slow, and I could comment, but I couldn't see any return comments to people, so sorry if I didn't respond to your comments. But yeah, yesterday when we were at Walmart, finally a Walmart that was one of the less secure ones, it still had the face scanners at the checkout, but I was able to get more cloud storage, and then I was able to download the Google Photo apps on my phone so that I could switch my photos to the Google Photos and then get space on my phone. So now I have space on my phone again. Yay! I can live stream on my phone again. Yay! Sherelle and I were planning on doing a James Munder Memorial Day on May 20th, which is the anniversary of his death when he was killed by a Tesla on the 405 freeway. His death was super suspicious. There's lots of information that hasn't been shared with the public about the day of his death, including the purchase of the car that he was killed in. Everybody just attributed to drugs, but there was, he was cremated, and of course Hayes handled the whole thing, his fake friend, like stalker, gang stalker, hired mafia hitman, who now got a big payout and is living large. By the way, Hayes is paying off Dabu 7 now. Hayes is doing what he did to James Munder to Dabu 7. But we're not talking about James Munder right now. We will talk about James Munder and further the investigation on May 20th. I'm trying to plan it with Sherelle. I might have the capability now on my phone to do the StreamYard, which would be awesome. It would be pretty difficult for me to like go to a library and try to do it on a desktop computer, because usually they give you like a time limit and stuff. So if you guys have ideas about James Munder, remembering James Munder, talking about James Munder, I've had like hundreds of comments on the James Munder videos that I have posted, and I still get comments like frequently, even now, about people remembering James, people discovering that he had died and not knowing that he had died, people like telling stories about James, about how he had helped them. Please give me a thumbs up, everybody. I see 9 people watching. Please give me a thumbs up. So yeah, that will be planned for May 20th. If anybody has ideas or can maybe has a better way to host or can host this kind of situation where they can maybe play content, play my videos about James, or play videos of James from his channel, Munderground News, while we talk over it and stuff, I mean, that would be awesome. But we'll do what we can do. But for now, it's just me and Sherelle trying to plan it for May 20th, the anniversary of James Munder's death. What are you guys saying? Benton sends his regards. Oh, hi Benton. Is he live right now? I know he was live earlier, but... Oh. Hi JM. Reveal to expand. Hi. Send in love, Aphrodite. You're an inspiration. Oh, thank you. Yeah, everybody's in Grace Thorpe's chat right now. So Grace Thorpe is live right now. So Yellow Cake Maker and Quantum Epic are there. I think they've already like got memberships and stuff. So, you know, that's cool. It's kind of interesting, like Jerry Springer died and now we have like the Thorpes to it's so toxic though. So I don't even really want to talk about it. I'm old enough to be Grace's mother. Like that's like, can you believe I'm old enough to be Grace's mother? Grace is so young. She's only 20 years old and people are talking to her and treating her like she's 30. She's not. She's 20. She's a baby. She's a baby. She doesn't know. She doesn't know what she doesn't know. But yeah, so I guess I lost somebody, so they went over to Grace's channel. Yeah, no, I really like Benton. I hope Benton, is Benton from Benton, Arkansas? Because there is a Benton, Arkansas. Like, maybe his family is from Arkansas. I know he's from Arkansas, but, like, there's actually a town called Benton, Arkansas. But I'm planning on going to Arkansas. Maybe Benton can give me some tips. We want to find some hot springs. Hot Springs, Arkansas. But yeah, I got uploaded into the cloud. I was using the internet on streams, using YouTube through my internet browser on my phone, which is like hardly possible. But I was in the petrified forest. It is kind of frustrating to disconnect like that when you're used to having, like, I really wanted to live stream because live streaming has been my way of getting content out because my phone is full of content. Like, my phone has been so packed that, like, even for me to, like, put videos together to edit another video, I don't have enough space to do that because I have to also record audio, music, and that takes space too. So, anyways, so I was in the petrified forest, uploaded into the cloud. The clouds are really different here. The clouds are mostly like these big fat puffers, and they have flat bottoms, and then it rains underneath them. Like that. Yeah. And there's wild dogs here. I'm making a video about wild dogs. See that dog right there? She's got gigantic udders. She has little puppies. Anyways, yeah, there's packs of wild dogs in America. But that has to do with my topic of today's stream. Which is not Grace Thorpe and her incest stories. That's some toxic stuff, guys. That's some toxic stuff. Are you going to feed the dogs? The dogs have a whole, there's like these cement slabs where the crows were sitting, and spread out is all this food. I don't know if it's cat food, maybe it's dog food, but the birds eat it, but I think it's all inside. Somebody just took a whole bag of dog food and just spread it all out. So they have blankets, they have bowls. People, the truckers are here take care of this pack of dogs. So they are set. But yeah, where is Peyton? Where is Joseph Newhouse? Where are these people? Hi, TFC Jedi 18. Hi, Tiny Chud. Charlie Brown, what's up? Called Bentonville, Arkansas. No, but I think there's actually Benton. I think there's a Benton, Arkansas. Jam says, get another phone that has an SD card slot. I don't have the funds to do that. Those clouds look manufactured, yeah. Well, these ones look, it's been rare that we've seen clouds like these. These are like the normal California, like smudgy, like shit turd clouds. We haven't seen those very much. I thought it was really weird. The news like totally follows me. The news follows me. Like, it's weird that these freaking false flag events in the news. But yesterday there was another mass shooting in New Mexico. It's like, deadly mass shooting in New Mexico, of all places. And like, I'm in New Mexico. Like, why? Why? Of all places, New Mexico. And they're like, and then on the news they even say the city. He's like, Northwest New Mexico, a community, 2 policemen dead, 3 injured, blah, 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 5 people dead. And I'm like, what? Like, so I had to Google, like, New Mexico shooting. and it was this little town called Farmington, and it's like right where I was, like really close to where I was, because I was in northwest New Mexico. I'm like, this is weird. This is weird. And why didn't they even say the town? Like, they don't want to. Okay, so that kind of goes into what I want to talk about. It's like these code words. Like, they will say, you will hear code words all the time. Like, people say dog, dog, dog. You hear dog all the time. Like, we've been hearing all this, you know. And you've noticed, like, I somehow got uploaded to the cloud the same time Drew Chalk Body Outline did his, like, spiritual warfare. That was the other thing. His spiritual warfare decree. Like, what the heck was that crap? Like, I don't know where he downloaded that off the internet, but, I mean, I'm not going to sit and listen to something like that, but, like, I thought Drew, I didn't think Drew was religious, so I'm like, where the heck, like, I started recently questioning, you know, like, I've been talking about religion recently, these groups, like, Toilet Bowl Earth, Chalk Body Outline, and his other channel, Get Chalked Up, EBT. I mean, they had been touching on this from making fun of blood over intent, you know, what I've done, and what EBT has done, and then that goes into the Holy Communion and Catholicism and cannibalism and all that. And so they have been touching on it, but it's been like full force, delve deep religious stuff lately. And, you know, then that kind of got into their fight with Benton, and then this like spiritual warfare, like devil demons against Jesus. Like, where is all this coming from? Like, I didn't think Drew was religious. Like, why all of a sudden is he jumping on Jesus bandwagon? Like, did he have an experience? Like, or did he just talk to TBE long enough and now he has like the authority of God, like, written on his soul? Like, ugh. Oh, am I back? I think my phone got too hot. Freaking gremlins, man. Can you guys see me? Can you see me? My back. Yay. Alright, my phone was in the sun. So I think it got too hot, and then it was saying it couldn't connect. This always happens to me, like, freaking gremlins shutting down my stream. Oh, hey Cheryl. Oh, people were here. You're totally correct. There is a Benton, Arkansas. Oh, okay, cool. Hi, Quantum Epic. Oh, Quantum Epic came over from Grace's live stream. I'm just kidding. Or is she done? I was talking about her just a teensy bit at the beginning, but we can talk about her at the end. Because we're not going to make it like a Thorpe extravaganza. That's what everybody seems to be digesting. Since, I don't know when I disappeared It's all entertainment. Yeah, Quantum Epic, but you just gotta be like, it's so toxic. It is so toxic, that incest crap. Like, the family, oh. And I already said, I'm old enough to be Grace's mom. Old enough to be Grace's mother. Hold on, let me get my coffee. Alright, did you guys hear me talk about the dogma? But yeah, I'm sure you guys have noticed, so since I was uploaded to the cloud, other people got got uploaded too, because there's been a paucity of content lately. There's been a paucity of content lately. Hence, all we have to digest is this fucking Thorpe bullshit. Like, incest. Oh, no, it's not incest. Like, I don't wanna see it. I don't wanna, like, I want, yeah. But, after Drew did his spiritual warfare declaration, weird prayer to the world, that's when I got uploaded to the cloud, was like after he did his spiritual warfare decree. And, it seemed like Benton kind of went silent for a little bit, like, for like 10 seconds. And, like, TBE was posting a little bit, but then he kind of went away. And I guess the only people really making content right now are like Provo Kid, and I was in on his live stream last night with some of you guys too, and like, I don't know what these live streamers are about, like, I can't talk, like, is it evangelizing? I want to say Eva. That's evangelical. But, like, I don't know, just talking about how great they are. I mean, like, you can ride the wave of toxicity, but it's only going to take you so far. Like, yeah, toxicity and negative attention can promote you and get a light shined on you, but you have to then do something with it. Like, you can't just keep on going back to the toxic sludge, because people are going to get, I think that worked back in the 2000s, Jerry Springer, we were all into the toxic Ricky Lake, Oprah toxic, you know, family, you know, step-parent, switcheroo, like, that was maybe acceptable, but now I think people are over that, and they don't, like, it's icky, and it might be, like, a little bit intriguing because you want to help people, if you want to, like, find out what's going on and help people. But if these people just want to, like, marinate in the toxicity and, like, keep on talking, like, ooh, no, it's not me, oh, yeah, oh, no, it is, but it isn't, I don't know, it's just going to drag you down, it's going to drag you down, but that, like, going back to what I was saying about the news and the Pow Pow incident in New Mexico, and they didn't say the name of the city, and I had to look it up because they just said Northwest New Mexico, which is where I was, like, okay, and the name of the city was Farmington. It was Farmington, New Mexico. Okay, so, like, why can't they say Farmington? Why couldn't they just say a shooting in Farmington, New Mexico, in Northwest, a shooting in Northwest New Mexico, a little town called Farmington? Why couldn't they say Farmington? They didn't even say the name of the city. If one of these Pow Pow, you know, you have to tell everything events. They want you to know about it, events. And it has to do with these codes, these code words that, because we're all like MK Ultra right now, and like we probably are all like kind of Manchurian candidates, and we respond subliminally, hypnotically to keywords, like you'll hear a lot, chaos, 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 chaos. You know, everybody, and then the people that use chaos in their vernacular, that means that they're heavily inspired by the propaganda. So you can hear the words in the propaganda, and then the people that parrot those words are heavily inspired by the propaganda, okay? So, or are the parrots. So like chaos, and chaos is a feminine quality. Chaos is the, you know, the black hole, the void, the feminine abyss, the magnetic pole, the black hole. That's chaos, which is feminine. So they want to like knock that crap out. No chaos. We have to have order, 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 order out of chaos. So you'll hear the chaos a lot dropped. And the other thing I've been hearing a lot is dog. Dog, dog, dog and cat, dog. Dogma. You also hear on the news toll. The toll. What was the toll you have to pay at the airport? What the price you pay? The price you pay. The toll. What was the death toll? You know, the toll on the bridge. You have to pay a toll to cross the bridge. But I will also toot my own horn because I am a muse. I am a muse. And what is a muse, you ask? A muse inspires. Okay, and Aphrodite is like the head muse. There's other like more lowly muses that like have specific inspirations. But like Aphrodite is like head honcho muse. And if you like get any, like that's why I like free flow. I have like, this is like a duty for me. Like this is a mission. I even like wrote out notes because I wanted to make sure I lay in bed and I think about my live stream, and I go through it before I do it, and I think about things I want to say, and I think about things I don't want to miss out on saying, and it's like this ball of information that has to get out, and that's the role of a muse, like a feminine, and a muse is feminine. But we inspire, and it's like just all of this information, you just get it out, get it out. It doesn't even have to necessarily connect, but if I like inspire you, if I like make you think about something in a different way, in a different perspective, or maybe you were like marinating on an idea and I kind of like talk about it in this abstract way, and you're like, oh, like, wow, that like makes me think about it in a different way. Like that's what a muse does. It's like, it makes you approach what you're already doing in a different way, so that like you get inspired. Like it reignites creativity. It's a different viewpoint, like a shift in how you're looking at your own work. You know, that's like an amuse-bouche is for your mouth. Like it's an inspiration. An amuse-bouche is a little like in fancy restaurants, it's like a little it's like smaller than an appetizer. It's like a refreshing mouth cleanser that awakens your taste buds and gets your mouth ready for the next course. So it's a muse. It's inspiring your mouth. Bouche. A muse-bouche. That's what a muse does. It like, a muse, it like, you know, some people might think a muse is annoying, but people used to go to see a muse to get inspiration, because a lot of times, especially men, in their order, they get in a rut where they look at something the same way over and over again, and they don't know how to break out of that same pattern of doing things. But there's like a million ways to do one thing. And I'm going to talk about Sonia from Tree of Knowledge in a moment. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Yeah, quantum emphasis there. Hi Robin. Do you guys want to be mods? Should we be a mod? Robin's gonna be a moderator. Sherelle's already a moderator. Quantum Epic's gonna be a moderator. Does anybody else want to be a moderator? Hi, Virginia dear. What cloud? I got uploaded to the cloud. Quantum Epic says, it's really a shame that is all we have to digest is Thorpe BS or narcissistic dumbass man. Oh, I know, Quantum Epic, and it's like, I see you in these chats, and I know you're only there because there is nothing else. I know that's why you're there, because there's nothing else right now. So I'm happy to provide you guys content. Please stick around. Share me with your friends. Should I start memberships? Would you guys join? The thing is that I still, yeah, never. Robin says, I totally believe some of us have been synced up with the cloud. Yes. Quantum says, I'm so glad to have recently come across L and Reality Decoded channel. I really like them, and they seem to go live often, which is awesome. L and Reality Decoded. Is that two different channels, or is that one channel together, L and Reality? Robin says, yes, program words. How do we guard against it? I think recognizing it and not being just like automatic pilot. Robin says, I've been hearing dogma. Yes, dogma. And then the movie, it's like, and then I'm sure you've noticed, the movie Dogma will show up in your feed with Ben Affleck and Janine Garofalo. Robin says, Aphrodite, you are beaming with info today. I love it. Oh, cool. Yes, because I got uploaded. Like, I was planning on live streaming from the Petrified Forest, telling you about my theories of the laser clear cutting, but I couldn't. It was all bottled up. Tiny Chud said, did the clothes in the back move? I think your RV is haunted. What clothes? This is just sitting on top of the counter. My RV isn't haunted, it just is highly mobile. We just have to be able to move things around a lot. I have way too many clothes. Hopefully, my trip to North Carolina, I can unload some of my clothes on my little sisters and give them some clothes. I take good care of my clothes. Yesterday, I'll show you next time I wear them. Oh, wait. It is getting hot. In a moment, so... Wait. I need to power you guys up. And then I have more. We have to talk about Tree of Knowledge, Sonia. Do you guys know who this is? I already called her out, and she came back at me, but she didn't call me out by name. She doesn't want to let anybody know I exist, so she just talked to me in generalities. Where's my... Oh. These shorts. These cheerleading shorts I've had since I was 14 years old. And I still wear them. No holes. And they still fit. These blue shorts are older than Grace Thorpe. These blue shorts I've had since I was 14 years old. And they're older than Grace Thorpe's life. What's up, Drew? Oh my gosh, and I was watching Taryn last night of bits and pieces of what you can stand when she's not asking you to give to her Cash App, but in her hideous wig, Taryn. Taryn, you need to throw away the wig. The freaking Oompa Loompa toadstool mushroom head wig. Like, get rid of it, Taryn. Rock your hair just how it is. But I think it's funny, Taryn's, her whole thing that she sells, Eris BC, is like, has my initials in it. It's but backwards. Eris is like Aphrodite Rose Starfire with an E on the end. Eris BC. And Eris is also like Taylor Swift's concert. But I know Lucid Living had the term Eris before Taylor Swift used it. But, it's hot here in New Mexico. Hold on, let me open the window. Yeah, Drew, where have you been? I get uploaded to the cloud, Drew, and you like disappear too. Oh, and yeah, that was also like a video I was gonna make about, you know, you did that like spiritual warfare prayer. I get uploaded to the cloud, and all is fair in love and war. These spells, you know, war and love are on the same spectrum, okay? Love loves war. War loves love. What wins? Love. Aphrodite and Aries, Venus and Mars. All is fair in love and war, but who is the fairest one of all? What is fair? Fair is a toll. Fair is a carnival. Fair is justice. Fair is beauty. Fair means a lot of things. Fair can mean far, can mean distance. So fair means beauty, it means money, it means distance, it means justice, it means fun, play, merriment. And who's the fairest one of all? Aphrodite. Aphrodite. Aphrodite wins the game. Paris gives Aphrodite the golden apple because she's the fairest one of all. Now, where do we hear the fairest one of all also? It's also a story about an apple called Snow White. See? You see how it's all connected? And who also has a sleeping beauty? Sleeping Beauty. Awakened with a kiss. Okay, so Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, apples, fairest one of all, magic mirrors. Mirrors are Aphrodite's weapon or power. Mirrors show the truth. Justice. So there's a goddess that represents justice, which is, I guess, Athena. But Aphrodite still wins the game of justice. Fairest one of all. But the spiritual warfare, you don't hear spiritual lovefare. Why is there warfare but there isn't lovefare? Warfare is an oxymoron. All is fair in love and war. Is war fair? Is war a carnival? Is it a spectator sport? Warfare? Is it fair? Is it beautiful? It's an oxymoron because all is fair in love and war. It's the same damn thing. It's the same damn thing. You guys think you're fighting, but you're really loving. You think you're fighting, but you're actually loving. But love will always win out. Why? Because the God of war loves the God of love and beauty. Because war will always fight for love. War will fight for beauty. So love always wins. Love wins. I never drank salt water. That's something Kat does. Hi, Nos Amate. Oh, Nos Amamater. All is fair in love and war. I thought, just as you said, yeah. All is fair in love and war. And then there's the War of the Roses, right? The War of the Roses, which is my mother's maiden name, Marilyn Rose. So the War of the Roses was a movie about my parents' divorce. And that has to do with dogs and cats, because the woman, Kathleen Turner, she has the cat, and Michael Douglas, the husband, has the dog. And Michael Douglas had the same exact name as my grandpa, Oliver Rose. My grandpa's name was Oliver Rose. Last name was Rose. R-O-S-E. So the War of the Roses, came out the same year my parents divorced. And it was like, I remember seeing it and my mom going, yeah! As she drives over the guy's car in her monster truck. And Michael Douglas is in the car and she does a choom with the monster truck on Michael Douglas, and he's inside his little Studebaker fancy old car. And I remember my mom going, yeah! It's like, the movie is my life, and I'm 5 years old. The movie is my life, and I'm aware of this War of the Roses, 5 years old. And then you switch the channel and it's Oprah talking to the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Oh, Sherelle, I don't know if you got it, but I talked about James Munder at the very beginning of the video. So if you guys came in, are the plugs on, Dimitri? I don't think it's charging. Dimitri, I don't think it's charging. I don't think it's charging. I believe we have power. I think I have power now. So I keep getting tangential thinking that this is part of being used. Why is Dolphin timed out? What did Dolphin say? Okay, just an announcement for mods. Okay, mods, I don't really want people's comments to be censored. I kind of want to see it. I don't want people's comments to be, the mods are kind of just I really want people to say what they want to say, unless it's something, if they're saying a word that might get my the video demonetized or something, if they say, you know, stuff about this or the N-word or something. I don't know, like, or prawn stuff, like, if they do stuff like that, like, delete it. But if they're just like, oh, Aphrodite, you look greasy, or like, oh, shave your head again, Aphrodite, or oh, when you're gonna comb your hair, or oh, you look like you're doing meth again. Like, like, I kind of want to know who's saying what. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future. I don't know. Does that, like, do you think that holds back my channel? I think Frank said that, but I don't know if Frank really knows what's going on anymore. But, like, it's bad for you. It's bad for your algorithm or whatever if somebody bans you and you don't ban them back. Like, I know I'm banned by a lot of people, but I've, like, banned nobody. So does that, like, work against me because it looks like I'm, like, this, like I'm a provoker, you know, and I don't have any value because I'm not banning anybody else? Like, should I be banning more people and that would, like, put me up in, like, YouTube value? I'm just asking. I don't know. Oh, no worries, Sherelle. Oh, Dolphin asked why you have stores all over. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, Dolphin, I don't wear makeup like everybody else on YouTube. I'm not trying to mask myself. I have, you know, my hair, like, grows ingrown. And there are other people that have talked about this on the internet. It hasn't been, like, consolidated into some kind of diagnosis, because anytime somebody, like, especially a woman, starts wanting to really talk about her hair, she sounds crazy, or people don't really want to listen to it. Like they just, the moment you start really talking about it, like, people, like, totally lose interest, and they just kind of like, oh, but if you look at videos on scientific brushing, this happens to, like, fair-skinned women, but usually not into their 30s. But it's like your hair grows ingrown, and it's like my hair is so fine, like little needles, that, like, especially, like, if I shave, like, the little tips can grow into my skin, and especially if it's a part that's on like a wrinkle, or, you know, like a part where your skin folds. Like, my hairs can, like, grow into the fold and then get, like, covered in the keratinization of the skin. So it's like they're ingrown, and then they kind of get a mass, like a mat almost, because multiple hairs will be keratinized together. There's a woman that talks about this, a blonde woman, and it happens on her legs. It's like the same thing as me. Some people call it Morgellons. Sometimes these white fibers will fall off my skin when I, like, release. I don't know. People don't really want to hear about it because it sounds crazy, but that's what it is. James Munder Memorial happened in May 20th. We're trying to figure out how to do it, how to host it. I don't know if I might be able to put StreamYard on my phone, but it might not also work because I don't update my phone with the operating systems. Okay, we'll go back to my dream last night, which kind of ties into James Munder. All right, what do you guys think? But we're going to talk about Sonia from Tree of Knowledge and the dog stuff. Guana are the source from meth use and a lack of showering. No. Quantum Epic. Please don't turn into a smoking bimbo Barbie doll. Well, yeah, we'll talk about Grace at the end. Maybe if you watched more, it would get better. Okay. Gowana, why don't you go look at my content from when I lived in an apartment? and I had access to daily showers, and you can look at my face and the position of things on my face. Sometimes they're here. You know, right now it's in the crease of my eyebrow, and it's connected to this, because my skin is really supposed to be turned out like that. It's supposed to be like that, but it wants to fold in. Crease weird. But you can go to my old content and see. It had to do, also my hair changes had to do with my spiritual awakening. Yeah, my spiritual awakening gave me almost like a hypersensitization in my tactile sense. I had already developed. By the way, you guys, I hope you know that you can still develop your senses as an adult. Like when I did vascular surgery, when you learn a new skill, you can dramatically improve your vision, your hearing, your sense of tactile sense. Like I got so good at feeling pulses. Like I could feel people's pulses, like through, if I was wearing gloves, I could just feel it by touching the skin. I could feel people's pulses. And before, when I started, I had a hard time finding like the radial pulse. Like I'd hunt around on the carotid. But then I got so good, I could just like touch somebody's skin, like anywhere, and feel their pulse, or find a vein anywhere. Because you get so good with your, and then you're able to feel. See, the thing is you have to feel pulses on people that are so sick they don't have pulses. So you have to find pulses on people where the artery is so gunked up that there really isn't anything to feel. But you have to be able to feel that little faint little going through. But part of my spiritual awakening is that, I don't know if it's maybe because the hair is actually connected to the neuron itself through the skin. But my hair changed. My hair, or maybe the sensation of my scalp changed, and I no longer was going to accept the hair maybe being matted right against my skull and growing behind my ear in kind of a circle, like how I had been doing since I was a baby. And now it really bothered me, so now I'm like trying to brush out the baby hairs that are kind of like trained to grow behind my ear. Like I want that skin to be released. Like I want to be able to pinch the skin behind my ear, like, and not have it be so tight and like strangulated. So I could feel all these things that before I wasn't aware about, or maybe I was just so consumed with my job and time and looking a certain way that you don't have time to feel things. Or like I also was taking, before my spiritual awakening, I was taking daily antihistamines. I was on birth control. I was on Tums. I was taking a lot of Tums for heartburn. I was drinking, so you have alcohol in the mix. So all of these things, for some people who also wear a lot of makeup every day and take antihistamines to calm their skin, I also was using a lot of products back then. I was using like the Cindy Crawford skincare, the stripper, like the alcohol strippers, the moisturizers, the acne. I would put acne cream on my face every night, the benzoyl peroxide. So these are all chemicals and stuff that was peeling my skin all the time. So I don't know, maybe my skin was better back then, but I think I look older. So yeah, I mean, it's all like, maybe a woman with like sore, like, dots on her face is just like disgusting to you. Maybe you prefer a woman with like spackle, charcoal eyes, like tarantula eyelashes, like, where you don't know what's really underneath. Like maybe that's something you prefer. I don't know. Like, So we're talking about James. Okay, Cheryl's gonna call me, good. Robin says, YouTube format changed today, I see. To click all messages versus top chat is found in the here, not the lines anymore. Oh, weird. Tiny says, Aphrodite, when are you going to stop being a bum? Serious question. You need a job and a house. Do I? James Munder was very skilled with the media. He was way sharp, yes. Gowanna is such a troll. Oh boy. Sherelle says, James had so many skills. He was incredible, also underestimated, and that's what we're gonna let her rest. Too many lies. If you didn't know that, they're on 14. They're on. Most Amamacho says, much sharper than a dickhead like you sat sniffing at anyone dare appear on camera, you piece of shit. Robin says, Cheryl and Aphrodite honor James for what I know. Yes, I would definitely pass any test. Gowanna, shabam bam. Gowanna, shabam bam. Gowanna. Cheryl says, James Munder did not die of that. I dated him and he was my best friend. You're nothing but a lie. And I said at the beginning of the video, there's much to be known about James Munder and the day of his death. A lot of weird shenanigans went on around the car that he had gotten. And we are going to go into it. It was weird. Also, the video they posted on the of the 405 crime, the accident scene, they like posted it to YouTube. Cheryl says, everybody has a story. Yes. Well, so true. Quantum Epic says, looks don't matter. What matters is you're humble, down to earth, and not annoying. Tiny Chet says, yes, we need a job and a house. God willing, there will be a famine, and you will learn what happens to lazy slobs who don't contribute. Tiny Chud, how have I not contributed? How have I not contributed? You know, just because I was busting my ass serving the underserved community, like cancer patients in the Central Valley, California, people who are migrant workers. I would come on like I was salary, I wasn't paid hourly, okay? I'd get there at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'd leave at 6 o'clock at night. I'd spend my lunches with pharmaceutical reps. It was a working lunch, okay? And I would come on Saturdays by myself to finish my charts. I gave my heart to every patient, okay? And just because I lived very low income-wise and saved my cash for years, I saved my cash for like 2 to 3 years. I cashed out my 401k during my spiritual awakening, and the IRS stole $8,000 from my bank account. It said $8,500 from my Wells Fargo bank account in 2017. They just took it out. Okay? So you want to tell me that I haven't contributed when the IRS stole $8,500 from my bank account? Okay? So just because I don't like go to the casino and buy a 6-pack of beer every day, and I don't like pay for whores, and I don't you know, go bet on sports, and I don't, you know, I don't have shit that I'm spending my money on. I saved my money. I saved my cash. And while I was helping really sick people, really, really sick people. And I was giving my heart and soul to them while helping them treat their cancer, or pain management, or vascular surgery, or trauma surgery. Name the job. Name the job that I did, how I wasn't contributing. I paid my taxes. They stole from me. After I paid taxes, they still stole from me. Okay? And I saved my cash, and I'm still living on that meager amount of cash. Because I live so low to the, like, I'm below poverty, but I'm still able to be here. I'm still able to, you know, I have a partner, and we're able to help each other, and I have enough. Like, how is that possible? How is that possible when I'm such a freaking leech on society? It's because I'm not. It's because I live in harmony. I give what I get. I don't take advantage of people. I don't take help from people that I can't, you know, I'm not gonna take help from somebody that I don't need the help. Okay? But I'm the one that has been helping people, you know. I don't have babies. I gave my youth and my knowledge and my vigor to dying people, to old people, to sick people. I treated, when I was not doing anything for society, one of my patients, Esmeralda, she was my age, and she is dying. She died. I treated her, Esmeralda, she was my age, and she had babies. And she died. And when I started treating her, she was already dying. She had been dying for a decade because she was diagnosed with breast cancer with her last pregnancy. A lot of these Mexican women, they get diagnosed with cancer while they're pregnant because the hormones make the tumor grow really fast in their breasts while they're pregnant. So they have to decide whether to end the pregnancy or treat the cancer, or let the cancer grow and have the baby. Talk about that. It's like all these fucking incels, you know, like, that have never had relationships, have never had a life, and they want to talk about women and feminists and, like, you know, taking men's jobs. It's like, you fucking don't know shit. You don't know what people go through. You don't know the hell. Like, people say, oh, this life is hell. This life is hell. And they're just like a fucking little weaselly 20-something with acne on their face, and they want to call me out. You know, with like a semi-boner in their mom's basement, you know, like, ugh. It's like, you fucking don't know shit. You don't know. Same with Grace Thorpe. You don't know shit. And you need to know, you don't know what you don't know. You're old enough to know, at 20 years old, that you don't know what you don't know. You have to have the humility to admit that you don't know what you don't know. And at 20 years old, you don't know a lot. At 20 years old, I had a relationship. At 20 years old, I was in a 4-year-long committed relationship at that point. You know, I had some life experience. I had experienced death. I had experienced my parents' divorce. I experienced having a job, multiple jobs. Her 20-year-old person hasn't even had that much experience. Okay? But these people want to go around and tell people how to live, you know? Like, have you dealt with somebody that's your age? You know, I was 36, 37. And Esmeralda, she was 36, 30. She was my age. She was born my year. And I was seeing her every 3 months, going over her lab results. And her cancer was growing, and she was so. The thing with her was that we were on to the experimentals, because once you failed the standard of care, the first line, then that's when you qualify for the new drugs that are experimental drugs, because it's a lot, like you're either going to die or the drug's going to work, so might as well try something. That's the rationale. And she had a husband, and I think she had 3 babies. She had had babies. She had started having babies when she was a teenager. So by the time she was 30, I think she had like a 13-year-old, like an 11-year-old, and like a 5-year-old or something. And she was about 90 pounds, soaking wet. She's skinny, 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 skinny. You could see right through her. And she'd come in like, she didn't want to look me in the eye. Can you imagine being, like, knowing that you're going to die? Like, and you've been going to the doctor, and they keep on trying treatments, and nothing's working. And your husband's not even coming into your appointments with you anymore. And, like, you're going to die. Nothing's working. And now, instead of the doctor, you're seeing a girl that's your age, and she was going to help you. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, can you imagine, like, you've been dealing with cancer for, like, 5 years, and you're going to die, and then you walk in, and the person is your age, and it's a woman your age, and she's like, hi, like, I'm Kimberly, like, I'm new here, and you're just like, what the fuck, like, so that was, like, that, like, I kind of, like, I couldn't imagine being in that position, and so I had to, like, win her over. I had to, like, get her to trust me, like, that I was, like, really rooting for her, and, like, I have her back, and I'm not just some, like, fake, doctor that's just gonna pass her along. And so I helped her with her depression at first, because she was so, like, it's called a flat affect, where you're just, like, blank. She had no body fat, so it's like I'm sure her neurons weren't even coated with the fat. So vegans, long-term vegans get like this too, where you, like, your electrical signals now they're not insulated by the fat. So, like, now your emotions take a back seat. And you get this, like, it's called a flat affect, where you don't react to anything. It's just like a zombie. And, so I started her on some antidepressants, and we started her on, because their serotonin from the drugs and the chemo, everything all whacked out. Their hormones are all, because they're on hormone blockers to block the cancer from growing. But we started her on a new breast cancer drug, and it worked it knocked her numbers down. It knocked the tumor down really fast at the beginning, and that's what it was supposed to do. And she was doing really good, and the antidepressants had kicked in, and, like, I was seeing, she came in with a smile on her face, and she was gaining weight, and then the chemo drug was working for about 3 months, and then like, she came in, and her lab started going in the wrong direction, and then she died. But at the very end, her husband started coming in with her, and he was, like, really scared. He was really scared. But I was dealing with that stuff when I had nobody. Like, I came home to an apartment, and all by myself, and all I had the energy to do was, cuddle with my cat, and, go to sleep and watch YouTube and go to sleep and get up and go to work the next day. But dealing with people that are dying and really caring Like, you can only do it for so long before, like you become a different person and it starts taking a toll. Like, you need input on the other side of your life. You need somebody there to put the energy into you, because you're giving it out. Like, even though I was saving money, saving cash, still this spiritual and emotional exchange. But that's what I'm living on now. Like, I'm not, like, you know, people are like, oh, you're a bum, blah, blah. Like, I just, like, gave my life to my work and didn't do anything for years. And that's how I'm able to live like this. And it's not even like I'm living the life of luxury now. But I've been able to live, like, frugally. But, like, that's, like, why back when I was, you know, in my apartment, like, I never unpacked my boxes. It looked like I was a hoarder, or it looked like I was just, like, a, you know, pack rat or something. I just moved all my boxes and I never unpacked. Because I didn't want to stay there. I knew I wasn't going to, like, emotionally, I wasn't going to invest in unpacking there. Like, I wasn't, it was just a stepping point, and I had already started detaching from my things. And when you have your things in boxes for a while, and then you start to turn it into, like, a nuisance as opposed to something you covet, then it was easier to let go of it. But I already knew I was going to let go of my stuff for a long time. So it was like this emotional thing where I was, like, showing myself and the world that I don't care about it. I don't care how I look to you guys either. Like, this is me. This is real. What? Oh. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So, okay, so now this is good because we'll go into, freaking fake fakers, truther fakers, like Sonia from the Tree of Knowledge. So if you guys watch the Tree of Knowledge, Sonia, she goes, I went to Normandy, and there's these dragon eggs all over the beach, and they're eggs! And they're like geodes. Anyways, like, I'm a trained human lie detector, okay? I have a very strong bullshit meter. In person, it's like 100%. How is this? It is because, well, first of all, it's like innate thing, but you hone the skill, like, being a medical provider. You know, I used to say I have to get somebody to tell me their deepest, darkest secrets in 15 minutes or less. And it's like, you have to get people to tell you their sexual history, like, tell you, you know, their risky behavior in a medical, you know, setting in a shorter period, you know, and you're basically a stranger. You have to, like, get them to tell you this information in a short period of time so that you can, like, get to an answer, a diagnosis, or whatever. And a lot of times, like, you have to ask questions of people, like, they don't even talk about this stuff with their wife, you know, or their spouse, or their friends. Like, some of these people are religious people. They don't, like, they don't look downstairs, they don't talk about downstairs, they don't talk about their breasts, like, and you have to ask about it, and you have to get them to talk about it. So it's like a skill that you hone of getting people to talk about themselves in a way that gives you valuable information. But you learn, people lie, okay? People lie. You learn about how people lie. It's amazing how people have a very hard time and you learn the way people lie. You learn the way people tell stories, especially, like, in places like pain management, where people are drug seeking, and they will spin a story, you know, they'll spin a story about a new injury or something new that happened to them, and that justifies why you need to increase their pain medicine or give them a new medicine because the old medicine's not working, you know. And you'll start to be holes in the story, like, well, wait, what about that? And well, if you went there, well, why isn't there a report? And blah, 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 you know. So, and you learn how to direct people, like instead of somebody coming in and saying, you're like, oh, what are you here for? Oh, well, the ulcer that I've had for a long time is now really acting up, and I have extreme pain, and I vomited blood 3 times. Instead of them saying that, they come in and say, what are you here for? And they go, well, it all started about 15 years ago when I would get these little twinges after I'd eat. And sometimes when I was sleeping, they'd wake me up and there'd be a tinge, and you kind of let them go, and you're waiting for a time, and then they keep going. And I went to the doctor, and they did an x-ray, and they told me it was my back, but I knew it wasn't my back. So I kind of went along, and it didn't go away. And then I went to another doctor, and they thought it might be an ulcer, but I didn't think it was an ulcer. So they like take you through this long history of eventually getting to how they were diagnosed with an ulcer, and they've had it treated before. And it's like they could have already told you all of that, you know, but they want to take you through this long narrative and stuff. So you learn how to, you know, some people, they can't just give you the information. They want to take you through what they want to take you through. Okay? So I can really smell bullshit. Now granted, it's harder through a screen. You know, it's easier to sniff lies and bullshit when you're face to face. But you know, bullshit is bullshit. And Sonia from the Tree of Knowledge, I have already sniffed out from the get-go as having some stanky ass bullshit. And I called her out for not identifying how she gets her information. And she had made a response not identifying me, but saying like, for you people who say I don't identify how I get my information, I do, and it's by remote viewing, and I trained myself and la la. She says she trained herself how to remote view, and she just goes into places and learns about the future and the past, and then she has this channel and she just tells everybody about the cosmic egg and how things are set and the hierarchy. And she's currently living with her brother in Delaware, I think. She's getting divorced to a man that has had multiple spinal surgeries, that she owned an ice cream truck business with. Excuse me. And he had multiple spinal surgeries, and I guess after the last one, he totally changed his personality. He flipped on her and turned total a-hole and divorced her. So now she's living with her brother and her niece, whom she does these YouTube videos with now. Her and her niece, which I guess is her brother's daughter. And so she live streams from this house. And so this last live stream, she was sitting with her niece, and they were in the living room or whatever, and there was like Catholic saints, like, you know, Catholic idolatry, like Catholic plaques, you know, where they have like ornate gold frames and saints and stuff. People that are Catholic that have on their walls of different saints. And she had that hanging above her, and I think somebody called her, like, what are those things? And she's like, oh, this is my brother's house. So all the decorations here are my brother's. I really have nothing to do with the decorations. And other days she live streams from a room, and there's like a mural of like psychedelic mushrooms, or it's like blanket, or you know, like how Bohemian people, they hang like a decorative blanket on the wall, but it's a mural or a blanket, I don't know if it's painted or if it's on some kind of fabric, of like psychedelic mushroom kind of scene, kind of twilight mushroom scene. And all of her family's like CIA military, okay? She admits like she grew up army brat or whatever, military bases in Germany. Both her mom and her dad are, so it's like CIA military, whatever. She just learned how to remote view. She doesn't question where she learned it, how she learned it. Okay, now, so she's with her niece, and I think somebody asked her about her finger, or she starts just bringing up this story. And then you notice that she has her finger like this, and it is swole up. It does look red, but there's no broken skin or anything. But as she's talking and telling her story, she doesn't move the finger. Like, it looks like it's actually hurt, but it's in this position, and it's swollen. And first of all, I want to say, like, I don't know if this is her niece. I don't think they look related. There's something really fishy about this situation. But she starts going into this story, and she says, "Ow!" And so she talks like this hyper, like almost screaming. She's like, "Aunt Tabitha, my cat, got off her leash, and she ran into the neighbor's yard, and they have 2 dogs." So here's the dog and cat programming. She says they have 2 dogs, and she's like, one stands 4 feet high on its hind legs, and the other one stands 3 feet high on its hind legs. It's like, okay. And she's like, Tabitha was in between these 2 dogs, so I run out there, and I get in between the dogs, and the one that's 3 feet looks like a white fox. And so I get in between them, and then she's like, and then I'm in urgent care, and she's like, it's a compound fracture. The dog bit me, the fox bit me, and it's a compound fracture. And then she's like, and then they start talking about, and then she like just goes into another story. And she's like talking about a sound. And she's like, oh, and they were making this horrible sound. And it sounded like, and then they start talking about like the sounds people have been hearing, like the groans. And she's like, to her niece, she's like, what was the sound like? And she's like, oh yeah, it was like. And so when Sonia was telling her story about the dogs and her finger, the niece is like looking, and she's like, the niece looks like she's almost about to crack up laughing. The niece is kind of was like, and then when Sonia like asked, and what was it like? The niece was like, oh yeah, it was like, it looked like 2 people that were improvising, and they're trying to build a story, and so they get credibility by the other person building on the story. Like, what was it like? Oh yeah, the sound was the most horrible sound you've ever heard. It looked like amateur improv people, like it. And the niece looked like, it looked like she knew Sonia's story was a crap, and she's just nodding along and half smiling. Was it Duper's delight? It looked like that. And I just call bullshit on the whole freaking story. I think it was some kind of code to drop in the 3 and the 4 and this fox and the dog and the cat, because if you have a compound fracture of your finger, you would have it in a splint. If you went to urgent care and they said you had a compound fracture, you would have your finger in a splint to prevent the ligaments and tendons on the side of your finger that go all the way up into your forearm muscles from getting permanently contracted in this position. She had no splint. She was holding her finger like this. And she was talking, woo, yeah. No splint. She said, it's a compound fracture. And I'm sorry, if a dog that looks like a fox gave you a compound fracture in your finger, it would have broke the skin. Dogs that look like foxes have like little needle teeth, and if it bit you hard enough to give you a fracture in your bone, it would have broken the skin on your finger. And she had 0 scratches, 0 bite marks, broken skin. I have more broken skin than Sonia did for her dog fight story. The injury on her finger looked like she slammed it in a door jamb or a car door or a cupboard or something. And it looks like she didn't go to the doctor, because if she did go to the doctor, they would have put it in a splint. Because if you did have a compound fracture and it wasn't splinted and let it heal like this, you would need to have surgery to permanently straighten it, to cut the tendons and then re-heal the bone so that it's straight, so that you could have function of your finger. So I don't think she went to urgent care, because she didn't look like she had your finger treated. And I don't think it's broken. I think she probably slammed it in a door and came up with some cockamamie story about dogs and cats, because she's been like told that you have to tell this programming to people. And the other thing is that if you go to the medical community and talk about a dog bite, that is like, woo, woo, dog bite, like you like set off like a system of things. Like you have to like notify the animal control that there's like a dog that bit a human. Like you have to, usually, if there has to be broken skin. I don't know who gets dog bites and there's no broken skin, but if you have a dog bite, it's an automatic IV antibiotics for like 2 weeks. They take dog bites and cat bites extremely seriously, because they have weird bacteria that can go inside deep into the skin, and you need IV antibiotics to treat it. So, yeah, a dog that looks like a fox that bit your finger so hard that gave you a compound fracture and it didn't break the skin, I don't think so. I don't think so. So, she is a liar and claims to be a truth teller. I didn't really listen to her whole live stream, because it was like a really idiotic thing about how she was trying to like name the different Egyptian gods, and she just had like a glossary out, and she's like, oh, there's Isis, and there's the Ibis, and then there's the Ra, and then there's the pregnant hippo. It's like, what is this live stream? Like, what are you doing? Like, maybe it was just to transmit this stupid story about dogs and cats. But the dog is the dog star, Cirrus, dogma, God. God is dog backwards. Dogs like to heal. Dogs heal. Dogs need a master. Dogs like the whole master-slave situation. They heal. They're very moldable. What else was she talking about? Oh, you know, it's also like, they actually called Ancient Egypt Kimmy. Did you guys know that? They didn't call it Kemet. They called it Kimmy. They called it me! Kimmy. Yes, exactly, Robin. So whoever said, why is this relevant? Because, yeah, Robin says, I feel Sonia's channel and the like are a digital roundup of sorts to label those that would believe the idiocracy. Yeah, it is. It's like these are gatekeeper communities. And so she likes to, she's like friends with archaics. So that's like also a red flag when they like cross support each other. Like how like, you know, Jade Dreamers and Flurburn and like Archaics and Sonia. Oh, there was also a channel I used to watch a lot. The Unfuckers, the fucking it. She has like long blonde hair and she smokes. She's like in the Bahamas or the Virgin Islands. She used to be in Malta, I think. Maybe she still is in Malta. Yeah, Unfucking It Up. And I recently tuned in. She kind of moved, I think, to Rumble or something, but she'll still post to YouTube like her Rumble recordings, or anyways, and I tuned in, and she was talking about archaics, and like she was just like talking about how great he is. I was like, wow, that's bad. But yeah, it's like these communities that are gatekeepers, that it's like they want to mold your perspective on what's going on. So like there's this push about the simulation, right? That has to do with Jason Archaics and also Sonia. The us versus them, the parasites in here, the controllers, you know, like this dark force against us. I'll go back in time. Oh, there's a lot. I was like crying talking about my cancer patients. I took care of a lot of cancer patients that were close to my age. I pay for my food. I can't get my new card. I have to send my new card to myself because my new card got sent to my primary mailbox, so I haven't been able to use it yet. Yes, Teddy Spaghetti, I have paid buttloads of taxes. Oh yeah. Quantum Epic. Says, even if you think that just comes off like you're full of anger and hatred. Who is the man in the RV? Why isn't he? That is Dimitri. He is Ukrainian Canadian. He did work. He built this. Robin says, I'm a prisoner in my house trying to keep up. I miss my tent, trailer, and car camping days. I felt wonderful and alive. Yeah, it's really great not having a schedule, I have to say. It's a great feeling not feeling like you're being pushed to like there's a deadline to do things. But it's weird because in my dreams, I have that. In my dreams, I have that pressure of like I'm in school and I'm graduating and I know I didn't do a paper for a class. Like I have this class that I blew off in my dream, and like, or you know, like it's the end of the day and I'm rushing. Like I still have these time deadlines, like a normal 3D life in my dreams, but now I don't. But sometimes I give myself those deadlines. Like I'm like, I want to leave by noon. Like I want to have coffee over here. I don't want to have coffee there. But that's like kind of the extent of like needing to get somewhere at a certain time. Robin says, taxation is theft. Yes. Taxation without representation. I am not stealing from any system. Tasty. Stop using food stamps and roads. Okay, yeah. I don't know, my phone's getting hot. Oh, hi, Jessica. Yeah, something that isn't talked about. I don't know, it could have to do with the chemicals in our food and the air. Yeah. It's definitely not something you go to the doctor for and try to get treated for it, because they will just give you a bunch of different steroid creams and just stuff that won't work. Hi guys, I'm just going back in chat because the chat won't post until tomorrow on this video. Sojourn says, I steal from the system and don't feel even a little bad about it. Good, because they steal from you. Tiny Judd is a very bitter person. Teddy says, so you grow that skin condition is women growing beards? No. Quantum Epic says, SMFH. Wow, guys. Nos Amamatra says, you know, I broke my humor 2 weeks since has been agony. I'm looking at names of the bones in the arm humor. You broke your humerus? How'd you do that? Is it in a cast? That's a crappy bone to break. Quantum Epic says, now you got her crying. Not cool no matter what. Hi TFC Jedi 18. Chud, she is calling you out. Hi Truth Seeker. You haven't seen anybody smoke meth on my stream, Teddy. Are you? No. I don't know anybody that smokes meth or uses meth. Cheryl says, so true. I guess Mr. Tiny has all the answers. LOL. Of course the tiny man would. TFC Jedi says, 20-year-old single mom and 20-year-old single dad. 2 separate timelines, 2 different results. A chick with a kid will have more opportunities than a dude with a kid. That's not true. What are you talking about? A chick with a kid is a dude with a kid. The dude just isn't around. And a dude with a kid is a chick with a kid. The chick just isn't around. You can't have a kid without a dude and a chick. Hi, Monica. What's that? Monica Farrow. Neurons need fat, tiny chud. That's right. Animal stats. Yes. Robin says, in cancer, people's body voltage changes. It goes lower. Yeah, for sure. Charlie Brown says, why do people feel the need to be so judgmental that negative energy isn't going to serve you well in the future? That's right, because as you live life, you learn to be more easy because it's not black and white. Like, there's so much gray. Like, you have to give people, like, some slack, you know? People aren't always coming from the same life experiences. Most of the time, everybody's just doing the best they can, really. Like, that's not mine. That's not mine. Let's see, some more coffee. So I had a dream last night about my first boyfriend, and I was trying to think of why. I was like, oh my gosh, did he die? Like, maybe he died. Maybe he died, and that's why I'm thinking about him. Because he did go vegan. He did go vegan and have 2 kids and lives in Newport Beach. But then I thought maybe it's because he kind of looks like James Munder. What are you doing? Oh, somebody's being naughty. We got some coffee. Let me see what's in my fridge. It's a cat! Oh. Oh. It's pretty nice though in Arizona. It's easier to get free water. They have free dump stations and free water stations. Whew. Yeah. I'm so dirty and disgusting that I'm able to keep clothes that I've had since I'm 14 years old. Yeah. Yeah, these shorts are 25 years old. These shorts are, I'm such a disgusting bum. I'm such a disgusting bum. Bum, that I can keep clothes and wear them and fit into them for 25 years straight. That's right. Disgusting! I mean, I think I look pretty good. So guys, I could have had Grace Thorpe as a baby when I was her age. And I look like this. So I think it's pretty good. It's not too bad. Let me see. I read this book in high school. If you guys don't know Kurt Vonnegut, you need to know a little bit about him. He wrote backwards. He was like one of the first authors to play with time. Time in the... What the heck is this? What is that? It's like some acorn thing. Uh-oh. The battery. Thanks. It's not charging. That was my bedroom. That's my stepmom doing my hair for cheerleading. And those are all my pictures of JTT and Leonardo DiCaprio on my closet. I ended up covering all those doors with pictures. Oh look, there's Hanson. Kevin, JTT, Leonardo. I had all of them. But that is not the picture I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you. Okay, so I had a dream last night of this guy. He was in my dream last night. And I think maybe because he looks kind of like James Munder. What do you guys think? Do you think so? This is when I was 17? See, look, he was trying to get me drunk. That was a hotel party. That's how we do. That's how we do in Vallejo. Yay area. Yay, yay. That was my friend Joe. Loves me puking. I wonder what happened to those red pants. That's me and Jack in the Box. Keeping it classy. See, I still have that shirt, Incubus. Yeah, so I dreamt about this guy, Kyle Batter. I don't know, maybe he died. He was my first boyfriend. So we put him in my cheerleading outfit. Him and his friend Kevin. Kevin tried to date me after I shaved my head a few years ago. He contacted me. I think he has a couple kids now. He has 2 kids. But he might, I don't know, I dreamt about him last night, or out of the blue. Like, did he die? And I was in the high school parking lot. See, look how fashionable I was. It was like lunch. We'd leave for lunch. We'd go to like Burger King for lunch. You're cool. You're cool. That's in Buckingham Palace. Before 9/11. So, some arch. It was in Rome. Anywho, yeah, they were in a band called Lift, and I was one of the groupies in a local band. We go to all the concerts. We played bass. All the different shows. Here it is, the band Lift. I knew all the songs. He was like a musical prodigy. He ended up going to full scholarship Berklee School of Music in Boston. He would transcribe music from just listening. He would practice by just listening and then writing the notes from ear. So he got to be where he like transcribed all the Dave Matthews songs, and then he would do scores. So he would listen to like Shawshank Redemption musical score and like write the music from listening to it. And when I come over to his house and he'd be composing on the piano, like I had to sit there and wait. Like I had to sit on the edge of his bed and wait until he was done before he would acknowledge me. He'd be like in his like Beethoven musical prodigy mode, and he wouldn't let me talk until he was done. So I had to sit there and like in silence until he was done composing. But yeah, he went to Berklee School of Music in Boston, and we stayed together, and I would visit him in Boston and stuff, but I think he was like cheating on me the whole time. But anyways, we were young, and he graduated and went to LA to write film scores for movies, and he ended up abandoning it all and went to law school, and ended up going to UCLA Law School, and he became a lawyer, and he married a woman and had 2 kids in Newport Beach. And he was still he was still calling me after he had his kids. Because I remember I was in anatomy. I was in a cadaver lab, like dissecting a body. And then I walked out to the parking lot, and he was calling me. I'm like, aren't you married? But he turned to vegan. He became a vegan lawyer, and he was like this musical. So I kind of think he must have discovered something in Hollywood that made him become a lawyer instead of staying in Hollywood. But yeah, I had a dream about him last night, and my brother. I was wheeling him around in a wheelchair, trying to get him out. Like, it was like kind of the apocalypse, and I was in this hospital building, and then my brother, and I had a group of people behind me, and we were all rushing. It was like kind of like bombs hitting the building. And I had my purse, and I had all these old books, and I was trying to stuff the books into my purse, and it was super heavy, and the books weren't fitting, and so I like tried to grab the purse full of books, and I had the wheelchair, and I'm pushing the wheelchair, and I had like 8 people with me, and we had to go into an office and go down a secret elevator that was in my friend Debbie's office. Yeah, and then I had a part of the dream where Kyle was there, my first boyfriend, and it was at my dad's house. It's very weird. But it was like we were saying goodbye. So, and then like I snuck him away, and like we gave each other a kiss. And then I woke up and I'm like, was I saying goodbye? Like, did he die? Because if he went vegan and stuff, I'm sure he got, I don't know, with kids and everything. But I don't know, maybe I was just thinking of him because he reminds me of James Munder. Maybe that's what it is. It was me in 2014. It was a little bit heavier back then. It was my sorority, me and Nicole. That's another. He went to UCLA Law too. Bunch of lawyers. He married a mail order Ukrainian wife, I think. I am Aphrodite. I can't lie. I am Aphrodite. It is true. It is true. That was my big sister in the sorority. Look, that's my friend Debbie in the middle. That's the one who had in my dream, the office, at the secret elevator. This was at her wedding. That's me. Hi, Snafu Snaps. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Sherelle, do you think he looks like James? Kind of looks like him, huh? Alright, we'll end on a birthday card my brother gave me before he died. My brother Matthew died. He was in a wheelchair. He had muscular dystrophy. He died when he was 27. He's part of the 27 Club. So he made this card. He wrote it. He had to type it because he can't write with his hand. It says, I enjoy every time you visit. It livens the atmosphere and makes it feel more like a family. I'm so glad you have made success in your career choice. Your future looks very promising, and I hope you the best for years to come. Have a wonderful birthday, love, Matt. Oh, it's from my brother before he died. Oh, look. There's my brother when he could still walk some. That's Matthew, that's my stepbrother Jason. Oh, there's a good picture. This is when I actually had one of my first disposable cameras, so I'm not in the picture because I took the picture. This was like in Mendocino Coast or something. That's my brother Matt. He's dead. That's my dad. That's my stepmom Lisa, and that's Jason, my stepbrother. That's me. It's me, my dad, and my brother. That's me and my mom. That's me in the stockade. Alright, we'll end it there. Thanks for joining.